Consider this objection. Come on. You've taken us through this entire journey of looking at the Bible and the creeds and how you as Christians live your life. Yeah, that's great. But all you're really saying is you have to read the Bible to believe in the Trinity. But I don't even accept the claims of the Bible, so your argument doesn't work. Now, what's really important is when we look at objections, we have to really listen carefully to what they're saying, because what people may be saying is not what you're actually trying to say. So what I would say here is, no, you do not have to believe in the Bible in order to believe the Trinity. You don't have to read the Bible in order to believe the Trinity in general. There are many people that read the Bible and don't believe in the Trinity. But that's not what I'm saying. I am not saying that you have to read the Bible in order to understand the Trinity. No, hang on. Start again. All you're saying is you have to read the Bible to believe in the Trinity. But I don't accept the claims of the Bible, so your argument doesn't work. Now, it's really important when we approach objections like these that we slow down and really understand what that person is trying to say, because this is not actually what I'm saying. I am not saying that you have to read the Bible to believe the Trinity. There are many people that can read the Bible and not believe the Trinity and not believe anything that the Bible teaches. But what I'm saying is you have to read the Bible in order to understand the Trinity. In order to understand where Christians are coming from, you have to begin with the Bible. And that's the really driving message that I'm trying to come across here in this whole presentation. You have to start with the Bible. You don't even have to accept the TIS model by looking at it as God's word. You can take perhaps a historical approach method and look at it as a historical document to criticize and to scrutinize. But you cannot start with some vague understanding of the Trinity. You have to read the Bible, and I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to then have to believe it, but you have to start there in order to understand it, or to at least understand where Christians come from to understand the Trinity. What about this second objection? Okay, even if the Bible leads us to a Trinitarian view of God, I'll grant that. This doesn't make the Trinity true. Now, granted, this is a fair argument, but again, have a look at what I'm trying to do here. I'm not saying, again, that you have to read the Bible, and by reading the Bible, it will automatically become logically true in your head. And you'll say, great, I've read the Bible, and now I'm set, I understand it, I'm good to go. No, there are many questions you're going to have, and there are many questions that Christians have as well. But again, that's not my argument. My argument, again, is if you want to start to understand the Trinity, understand the Christian tradition that comes from the Bible and comes from the creeds, then you really have to begin with the Bible. It's sort of an invitation for the non-believer to get to the place where they can ultimately get to experience God, yes, but get to a place where, okay, I understand where Christians are coming from. Let me be more open to the fact of how we can understand the Trinity in more of a logical and theological fashion. But perhaps you get some pushback here. Just because the Bible might lead us to the Trinity, it still doesn't mean it makes any sense. Okay, I think at this point of the presentation and the formulation of understanding the Trinity, I think we now can come to the fourth point, which is that by using the TIS model, it will help us to understand the Trinity logically. And I'm going to do this by using a lot of the work from Abdu Murray. Abdu Murray, if you don't know, is a very, very articulate Christian evangelist and apologist. He's a former Muslim and trained lawyer. And he has what I would class as probably the greatest analogy and understanding of the Trinity to articulate and defend a logical understanding and defense of the Trinity. So I'm going to use, when we talk about the logical defense and understanding of the Trinity, I'm going to use a lot of his work here.